Do you have gaps in your workforce?
I'm Felicity, I'm from Australia and I'm a social worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, let Skills for Care and Development know. Just give them a call.
This film is all about asking you for information. Because Skills for Care and Development need to know the issues facing employers when it comes to recruitment. Whether you're the manager of a care home, a local authority director, or a professional board member, we want to hear from you.
We can't get the workforce that we need to deliver the service in this country. If we could, then of course that's what we would want to do.
We have newly qualified social workers. We do not have the people who have the experience that we need.
If you have not got the staff in situ, you are breaking the law, you're putting people at risk. There's a massive safeguarding issue.
There's a sense of enormous frustration amongst managers. Occasionally it verges on desperation.
As a manager, I used to go home and be back within the service within half an hour because you can't leave it. It's too big a risk.
You have a very short time in a child's life to intervene and to make a radical difference, to get them into a different place. If you haven't got the workers, you can't do the job.
We have within the nation an ageing population, and the demographics clearly indicate that we're going to need a greater workforce.
Tell us about the gaps in your workforce.
I am Opara. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm a care worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, there's Skills for Care and Development. Just give them a call.
One of the routes open to employers is to seek workers from overseas.
The research that we've done showed that employers highly value a lot of attributes that migrant workers bring to the care sector. They are very hardworking, and also they appreciate their pay.
Good workers are invaluable. It doesn't matter where they come from, and the people we care for need the best people working for them.
There is no debate to be had. There are no queues for the jobs that our migrant workers are taking up.
So, what role are Skills for Care and Development taking in all of this? We're the authoritative voice for social care, children, early years, and young people's employers. If you work in the care sector, you know what it's really like trying to find the right staff. And we need that information. Because the Migration Advisory Committee has invited us to help with a major review of the official shortage occupation list. Skills for Care and Development will be drawing together all your contributions and submitting the evidence on your behalf.
The Migration Advisory Committee is an independent committee which analyses immigration, and it makes recommendations to the government, so far which have all been accepted, and the particular area where we've focused is on which occupations should be on the shortage list, because that permits employers to bring the labour in more easily than they otherwise would be able to do.
I think in my current social workforce, we probably have between 15 and 20% who have been recruited from abroad.
The Migration Advisory Committee is completely neutral on immigration in terms of being for it or against it, especially to do with the shortage occupation list. Our job is to say, is an occupation in shortage or not?
I want to keep people if they're good at what they do, and if they've got the potential to get better, and if they're really making a difference in terms of children and families' lives.
The sector needs to come together. The data needs to be sent to us, and people really do need to be telling us exactly what their problems are. It's one of the most important factors for us to get that evidence together and go back to the advisory committee.
We've got no prior belief whether the review should cut the numbers on the number of occupations on the list or increase them. That will be determined by the evidence.
Generally, there is an assumption that children of family social workers or social workers who undertake child protection work, there is carte blanche to be able to recruit them from outside the UK, from outside the European community. I think most people don't realise there is any possibility that that could change.
It's important that employers understand that it's in their own interest to interact with the Migration Advisory Committee. I mean, we have put senior care workers on the list, and indeed we've made it somewhat easier for them to come in the last review. We've also put social workers dealing with children on the list, and that's because the employers have interacted with us. And I would urge them to get in touch directly with us or through Skills for Care and Development.
Do you have problems recruiting?
I'm Kate and I'm from South Africa and I'm a social worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, act now. Let Skills for Care and Development know.
The more strong evidence that we can get in, the more seriously we can take the sector as a whole.
If we close the door, we will be in a very critical position in supplying a much needed service for millions of people in the UK.
If we lose the ability to recruit from abroad, we will be in difficulty. We will not be able to undertake child protection work, and as a consequence, there is a risk to the most vulnerable families that we work with.
Everybody has an equal partnership in this, because if we want to deliver that world-class service, we have to make sure that we have the tools to do it. And the workforce is the greatest asset that we have.
Tell us what you need.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Sierra Leone and I'm a care worker. If you need someone like me to work in UK, just let Skills for Care and Development know. Write them a letter.
To make your views known, get in touch with Skills for Care and Development on 0113 390 7666. Or click on the menu options coming up now to find out more.